Hey you guys, what's up? It's the Anime Blaze coming to you with another episode of Blaze Games, where I give you guys pretty much a rundown, I guess you could say an analysis or reviews or whatever, pretty much anything video game related I will be doing on this series. So, with that being said, I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of my favorite DS games ever, and pretty much the mechanics, well, maybe not a few of the mechanics, storyline, why I love the game, what makes it good, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's start off. How do I start this off? The game starts off with the introvert, leave me alone, get the hell out of my way kind of character, Neku Sakuraba, who pretty much doesn't want to be around anyone. He doesn't want. He has a reason for this. You have to go online and read it because they don't tell you in the game. But yeah, pretty much he doesn't want to have any kinds of relationship with anybody, no friends, anything. So yeah, and he starts off the game starts off in the Shibuya crossing of Shibuya, Tokyo, which is a district of Tokyo, and he wakes up, finds out, it's like what the heck's going on, and he runs and he looks at this sign that says he has 7 days to live. Now, what that means, he eventually finds out is that he has a week to survive. He has to have a partner, and together, they're in this thing called the Reaper's game. And if they survive the whole week, that pretty much puts them just a little bit closer to actually surviving and getting their lives back. Because, well, thing is, Reaper's game, they eventually are told that everyone in this is pretty much already dead. So, first week, Neku meets Shiki, this girl who's pretty much, I guess you could say, on top of all the trends, like Neku, you should know about this and this. And at first Neku finds her annoying, but he eventually warms up to the fact of, she's my partner, got to stick with her. He really does find her annoying at first. He tries to ditch her, all this other stuff. And then I believe the second week was Joshua. Now this guy, he has a very, very mysterious past as far as we can tell, or he has some kind of mysterious connection to the Reaper's game, which I will not tell you because that'd be ruining the storyline. But but yeah, he has a mysterious connection to the storyline with everything that's going on really. And third week you meet, or the third week is you're with the character Beat, who's pretty much, I guess you could say, a run of the mill kind of hip hop jock kind of guy. Is like, yo, phones and all this other stuff. And he's cool for the most part. And Neku doesn't really like any of these characters, any of them. But he eventually warms up to all of them. Um, oh yeah, by the way, Beat has a sister named Rhyme, and yeah, and in this game, you do find out all of the reasons for why each character died or how they died, what happened, all this other stuff. I mean, if not all of them, you at least grow attached to the characters and everything. All right, so let's talk about the gameplay and the perks. All right, so with the gameplay, you're pretty much talking about your DS. It's kind of like, I guess in a way you could say it's a co-op kind of game, but at the same time, you are the person who has to control things. So give me a second. I'll be back. Let me show you guys what I'm talking. All right, so I'm back. So pretty much the gameplay pretty much runs like this. I'm not gonna actually show you the real gameplay because I might get flagged or whatever for copyright. But let me just show you what I'm talking about. All right. So as you can see, I have Generation One DS. Haha. But yeah. So let me just show you. All right, so the bottom screen would be the part where you're pretty much doing the gameplay, playing as Neku with the stylus pin slashing across the screen to do different attacks depending on which pin you have attached. Pins are the things that Neku pretty much uses to do different attacks and everything. And on the top screen, you'll be playing as his partner. Yes, whoever his partner may happen to be. First week Shiki, second week Joshua, third week Beat, and with each one, each one has their own abilities and everything, or at least in general, they have their own abilities, and each one has their own way of how they attack, and each one has a different method as to how they do out their attacks. Like Shiki has uses cards, or you have to get the star or take a guess as to what the next card will be, make a prediction, and if you're right, you'll get a fusion star or a fusion point or something that goes towards your fusion attack that Neku and the partner can both do at the same time, uh, dealing out a lot of damage on pretty much anybody. And Joshua pretty much uses numbers with his phone. You have to pick a number that's either higher or lower than the one that's shown with directional pad. You press it like combos, like 1, 2, 3, then go up and left or something like that. And Beat pretty much uses poker cards. You have to make pairs, like wherever the line is on the thing, you have to pretty much move like this, like the combo, like press it 1, 2, up. Let's see, right, up, right, right, and to get the pairs at the right part in order to match the pairs. But be warned that if the pairs do touch, like if the stack of cards on the top screen touch the fire, you lose health. So you got that too. But yeah, that's basically the gameplay. And oh yeah, one more thing. As far as like partners go, with the gameplay, you'll be thinking like, how the heck am I supposed to look at both of them? The thing that you want to do that will help you, I'll give you some tips because I've played this game, is if you pay attention mostly to whichever screen you're doing, because they pass something around called a light puck. The more passes that you make with the light puck, the more damage that you can dish out with whatever attack you're doing and everything. It's freaking amazing. And yeah, but you want to focus on whoever has the light puck. That's the main thing. But also at the same time, you want to be looking up at, like looking up and down to seeing, okay, are the enemies getting ready to attack them? Especially with Neku, he's the one who you have to look out for. He's on the bottom screen. Enemies are pretty much attacking him relentlessly. If he's just standing still, boom, he gets attacked. Shiki or any of his partners, you have to be careful because they have parts that will make them vulnerable to enemy attacks. So, keep that in mind. All right, guys. So the last part that you really want to take, that I would say that would really make this game worth playing, a few other things, just a few things that'll make this game really, really worth playing, in my own opinion, is one, that it freaking takes place in Japan. How many games do you know actually do that? And if they do, how many of them actually incorporate a little bit of pop culture into the game to kind of make you get into it? This game incorporates different clothing styles, music styles varying from rock to heavy metal to hip hop, to pop, anything really. And that's one thing that makes this game really good. I mean, this is like one of the only DS games that I would say that I would get the soundtrack for, which I am going to be getting sometime in the near future. But and these songs even have a remix to them. Not all of them, but a few of them do. Go online and onto YouTube, and trust me, you'll look up the different songs, you'll find them. And yeah, that's that's something that really makes it cool. And plus you got the characters. One thing I will say, besides the music, the thing that always makes me freaking come back and play this game is the characters. Neku starts off as the introvert character who wants nothing to do with anybody. He's saying, hey, what's up? Screw you. I don't want to be next to you. Get out of my face. But by the end of the game, realizing how much he's gained and then lost, and then gained again and then lost, it makes him realize who he actually is and what the meaning of life really is. Speaking of which, relates to the game title in Japan, Subarashiki no Sekai, which means it's a wonderful world. Hopefully by the time you end playing this game, you will realize how good life really is and how good it is to actually have people around you and how important it is to have those bonds with people in real life. And the ending song by A Lullaby for You for Yanriko fits perfectly with the way the game ends, the way Neku, kind of reflects on everything. And notice how I made this review almost zero spoilers. I said I said Neku pretty much reflected on everything that he went through the game. By the end of the game, you and Neku will both be reflecting on what it means, what makes life wonderful, and why life is good and wonderful. So, that's all I got to say about that, guys. Please, 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 if you have a DS, I can't recommend this game enough. Get your hands on The World Ends With You. I can't freaking recommend it enough. I mean, look at this art. This game deserves an anime too, by the way. Square Enix, where are you? But yeah, that's all I got to say about that, guys. So in the meantime, if you don't have this game, get it. If you don't have a DS, I recommend you guys get your hands on this because the DS has pretty much an infinite number of games that you can pretty much get for it, and they're all fun. And so if you had a game that you would, if you wanted a game that somebody could recommend to you, this would be the game that I would recommend. Hands down. One of the best DS games ever of all time. So with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze signing out saying, never doubt your capabilities because you never know what you might be able to do. Saying, it's a wonderful world. Catch you guys later.